Hi everyone, it's Katie. First today, I really want to thank every single one of you for your incredible video suggestions. I cannot believe how fantastic they are, how many I've gotten. I've literally gotten hundreds. And it has just been so helpful to me, and I so appreciate it. Do not despair if I haven't gotten to your request, or if I haven't made a video yet, or I haven't even responded to you. I am working on it. I am in this for the long haul. This is not a 3-month thing and then you'll never see me again. This channel is for down the road, for the future, everything. So I will get to your suggestion, I promise. I've written all of them down. But again, it is hard for me to get all of them at once. But I do so appreciate it. Some of them I had not even thought of. So again, beyond helpful. The other thing is that I know I've been uploading quite frequently. Monday, Wednesday, Friday has sort of been the goal for right now. I cannot promise that will hold. Actually, I can guarantee it won't hold. But right now I'm trying to build content and build a channel. I never want there to be a big lull, so that's why it's been so frequent, and you all have seemed to not be bothered by that. Also, I am planning on going back to professional dancing soon in the future. Details on that at a later date. But I know with that crazy schedule, this Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing will not hold. But again, it's about building the channel and keeping you all interested and giving you the things you want to see. So that's where I am right now. The other thing is I'm trying to, each time I upload a video, have it not be similar to the previous one. So I don't want to do a bunch of makeup right in a row. I don't want to do a bunch of ballet stuff right in a row. It's sort of going to be intermittent. So you all, again, have something different to always watch. So for today, having said all of that, this was one of the most requested things I've gotten so far, and that is pointe shoes. How I sew them, how I prepare them, how I take my feet, all of that. So anything to do with a pointe shoe, you're going to see today. Also at the end, just a little fun thing at the end of this video, I just purchased an order from Eleve. Well, actually it was back in April, but they came in today, so I'm going to do a little Eleve haul. The first thing I use is a Stanley knife. I like cutting down the soles of my shoes so it gives a better line and so I don't wobble around as much. Again, please either have a parent's help or get permission, and be very careful doing this. These knives are incredibly sharp and you could really get hurt. As you can see, my fingers are completely out of the way of the knife. Cutting them down gives a nice clean line to the shoe, and so there's not a lot of material in the way to ruin your line. Now, of course, I do the other side. Here are my sewing supplies. My stitch kit from Bunheads, my elastics, 𝐼𝐸𝐴𝐻 Invisible Elastics, my ribbons, minor flexors from Bunheads, my scissors, and of course, the pointe shoes. To start, after I thread my needle, I flip the heel material over. This is where I'm going to sew my elastics. I like sewing them about 1/2 inch away from the heel seam, maybe closer to 1 inch. To sew the elastics on, I take my threaded needle and put it at the base of the top seam around the outside of the shoe. Now, I pull it through the elastic, and I keep doing this all the way across. So I go back down and pull through. Now to secure the elastic, I stick my needle through the left side all the way through the material and pull it out the other side. Now I push it back through on the right side and pull it all the way through. Now there's only one stitch on the outside of the shoe, and that definitely won't show from the audience. To finish off the thread, I do one more stitch, and then I create a knot. So I pull the needle through, not all the way, and then I put the needle through the loop of the thread and pull, and it creates a nice knot. I sometimes double knot it just to be safe. Then I cut it, and it's done. And now, of course, I do the other side. And now for the ribbons. I like creating a little square at the end of my ribbon, so when I sew it onto my shoe, I have more material to work with, and so it won't fray. So I like to put my ribbons about in the middle of the leftover material. This gives a nice pull to the shoe so the material doesn't sag on your foot. So placing it on the middle of the shoe, I then do exactly the same technique I did with the elastics. Put it at the base of the seam, pull it through, and then just keep going. I also use the same securing method by pushing the needle through one side of the ribbon all the way through the shoe and then bringing it back. And then, of course, the same knot technique. Through the loop and pull. Again, a very clean look, so there's not a lot of excess on the outside of the shoe. So now both the elastic and the ribbons are on the inside of my shoe. I don't like putting them on the outside, I think it looks very messy. To fold up the shoe to keep all the ribbons clean and neat, put the elastic inside the point shoe and bend the sides over. Then all you have to do is wrap the ribbons around the shoe and tuck them in. My breaking in process is very simple. I don't really do a lot to my shoes. I just step on the shoe to flatten the box a bit, so it makes it easier to get over the shoe when I'm dancing. And then I just bend the arch, once one way, and then once the other. This makes the shoe flexible, so it's easier to dance, but then I still have a lot of support. I'm always gluing my shoes, sometimes on new ones, but usually on soft ones. When I put the glue inside the tip of my shoe, I like putting more towards the outside, simply because that will force my feet to dance more towards the big toe and I won't be rolling outwards. This is the left shoe, so as you can see, there's a little more glue on the outside of the foot. This is my next trick. I like rubbing the tip along the floor and putting a lot of pressure on it so the glue will dry in an even layer. I don't want a bumpy tip when I'm dancing. For even more support, especially on dead shoes, I like gluing the outside edge along the sole. Left shoe, left side. I just run the glue all the way up, starting at the bottom in the middle, and then up along the side. When your feet swell, sometimes you wish you had a bigger size shoe. Well, you can do that without actually buying one. Every pointe shoe has a double layer of lining. So taking a scissors, find that first layer and begin cutting from about the middle of the arch all the way up to the heel. This will widen out the shoe, giving you a little more room, so again, you don't have to buy an extra pair. Just make sure you don't cut through the satin. It's a little tricky, but it's definitely possible. Here's how I like to tape my feet for my pointe shoes. I take my Next Care tape that I showed you all in the leotard organization video, and I like taping 3 of my toes. So I start with the big toe around the bunion, the pinky toe, the 4th toe, and then at the metatarsal of my pinky toe. I often get blisters here, so I prevent them by doing that. Remember that everyone's feet are different, so make sure you just tape the points of your feet where you get the most friction. You don't necessarily have to do it like I do. Okay, so Eleve Haul time. I had a bunch of Christmas gift cards from Eleve, a couple other birthday gift cards I hadn't used. So this is quite a large haul, but I wanted to share it with you because it's fun and you all want to see my leotards. I know I haven't gotten to the full leotard run through yet. I will get there, I promise. But these are all just the new ones. So I will put all of the style names right here in this little bar because I'm not entirely sure as I'm saying them, but I will look them up and put them here. So first is the, I got this sort of mesh ivory with the half sleeves. It's very, very pretty. It's just simple ivory. Again, as I told you before, I like very simple. So it's just a little bust seam there. So that's the ivory one. I got this baby pink with a sweetheart neckline with the matching mesh all the way down, long sleeves. So I love this one. Very Aurora-ish. This mallard, I believe is the color. If I'm wrong, I'll put it here. With a sort of lace trim all the way down. Again, same color with the lace. So I love this one. Periwinkle blue leotard with the mesh half sleeve. I love this color. Very pretty color. This sort of fuchsia type color, sweetheart with the nude mesh. I like this nude mesh because when you wear it, it looks like it looks, you know, skin tone. So this could almost pass as a strapless leotard. I'd never wear a strapless leotard, but you know, that's sort of the look you're going for. This gray leotard with a collar and zipper and the long sleeves. Very just, again, simple. And lastly, this baby blue color, kind of like the color I'm wearing, leotard. Mesh, again, mesh, long sleeved, and this one has the back cut out. So this style comes in either plain back or cut out back. So that's that leotard. So that's it. Pointe shoes central right here, ladies and gentlemen. I have showed you everything I do and the Eleve haul. I hope you liked some of those. Again, I apologize for not having done the full leotard collection yet, but as I said in the beginning, I'm just trying to get everything done and I get so many suggestions. I will get to it, I promise. One thing I realized I didn't film that I want to add right here is de-shanking pointe shoes. I don't de-shank mine, which is why I forgot to film it. So I'm going to show you with an old pair. My favorite way to do it, very, very easy. You just pop the shank off the shoe like that. Basically, it's stuck down and you pop it off. And my favorite way of doing this, if you have really hard shanks, this might not work. You could use the Stanley knife that I showed you. But is basically to bend and tear. So bend like this, bend down. As you can see, it already kind of pops off. And then what you can also do is remove the paper like that and bend and tear. See? And then what you do is once you have the shank de-shanked like so, the paper, which already has some glue on it, sticks back down so that way you don't get cut. So that's my favorite way. Let me show you on one more time on this shoe. Bend, remove the paper, bend right where you want it, 3/4, half, doesn't matter. Bend and just twist and it comes off. See? And then put the paper back down. So that is, and it stays. So that's how I would de-shank them. I might de-shank a pair occasionally if I get sort of a weirdly made one. Sometimes our pointe shoes come in slightly odd. That's the only time I'll de-shank them. But I wanted to show you all that. So let me know what you think. As always, as I said before, your suggestions are so helpful. If you have any other suggestions, anything I've mentioned previously, more tutorials, you know, ballet stuff, again, let me know. I write them all down. I love you all so, so much. You all motivate me to do this. I cannot thank you enough.